Good afternoon, everybody. How are you guys today? Happy Friday to you for those who are watching live. My name is Tamara Bartmus, and welcome to our next episode of Expert Secrets for the Network Marketing Mom. It's part of my journey, part of my own accountability to my vision and goals to share with you guys what I'm learning as I read through. This book, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. I will post a link for you guys in the comments or in my description for you guys to get your own copy and follow me along on this journey to dominating online with ClickFunnels and creating a very unique sales funnel experience for the network marketer. So would love for you guys to join me in that journey. Today, on this episode, I sort of want to do a quick recap of where we're at and go into what is our cause and our purpose. And I'm really excited because this is, I think at this point, I probably have more clarity on my purpose and cause that I'm putting out there than ever before. Yes, I do promote a product like any network marketer does, but in branding yourself and putting yourself online, it is important that you don't brand your product as much as you brand you, right? And I think that's where people get tripped up in trying to play in the online market space, is because they brand the product instead of branding themselves. And that's one of those unique differences, and why you need to go through and take every step in this journey, not just what you think you need and then run with it. I think that's been the hardest thing for me about this whole process, is being willing to hold myself to each phase of it and not jumping, because when I read books, I jump around. I just want to get to what I think I need and let it be from there. Okay. But just to give you a recap, when Russell Brunson, this book is the underground playbook for creating a mass movement of people who will pay you for your advice. Now, to do that, he shares this image that I'm going to show you about creating a mass movement. Okay. So you're going to have three components to that. I hope that you guys can see that correctly. But you're going to have, one is the charismatic leader, two is the cause, and three is the new opportunity. Okay. So when I look at this, and as I've read, this book and studied it, creating a mass movement starts with this. It starts with you, your purpose, and your offer. Those are the same things in just a different phrase. The charismatic leader is you. The cause is your purpose, what you're passionate about, and the new opportunity is your offer. Like, that is something to take seriously in the offer that you put out there and the information you put out there. So I think that gives you guys a bit to understand. All the previous episodes of this series have been focusing on the first part of it, understanding and developing and preparing for the charismatic leader. Okay, but we're making a shift now, and we're going into the cause, which he also refers to as your culture. Okay, this is really where you create the energy and the momentum behind your message, behind your passion, behind your purpose. And I think this is what is challenging for me, because it requires that I get real specific about what I want to bring to the world and take responsibility for that, and be willing to. I'm on a call. You got to go out. My kids. I'm not on a call. I'm on a Facebook or YouTube Live. But that cause is really important, and it was hard enough for me to get through and focus on my niche. But now to define it even more with my cause and my culture, I'm like, shoot, I don't even know if I'm prepared to create that yet. Shouldn't I just wait? Shouldn't I just see what happens? Or should I be more intentional about what I want to create as far as my cause and my culture? And it's taken me a few days. I've thought a lot about this, and I've had a lot of time to reflect on just what my cause is all about. and how that relates also to what I do in my network marketing company. The reason I chose network marketing as my business model wasn't because I used to love, like, I didn't love network marketing. I thought it was a scam, and I had a lot of issues with network marketing. But why I was willing to play in the network marketing field was because I love the product I share. I believe in that, and I believe in my company. Now, believing in network marketing as a business model, that came later, but I completely 100% believe in that now. It just took me a bit to figure out how it all works and release some of my stigmas and judgments against it. So I'm really glad to be where I'm at now. And I just want to, take it to another level. So let's talk about this whole idea of creating the cause and what I've learned as I've read through his book. So a couple of things that I think is really important. As you're building your culture, it's really going to be important that you are okay with the role of helping people to move to a higher level, to a higher ground, to a new way of life. And he says, this really stood out to me. For you to have success in this business, you have to give your followers hope of something better so that they will be perceptive to the change you're going to offer them. And that's really key. Like, this is the linchpin of it all. And so your attractive character provides some of that, but also your culture does. The way you present what you're all about. It's not just who you are, but your purpose, right? And so he asks some really important questions. And so I wrote all these questions down, and I would encourage you, if you're watching, to write these questions down for yourself and start making notes about what that looks like, okay? So let me see, I pulled them up. Let's see here. So where can they place their hope and faith? So I think that's the first question you need to answer is, why can they place their hope and faith in you? And helping them be okay with that, okay? Let's see here, so this is their desires, okay? This is, where can they place their hope and faith? What are their desires, and how are you going to help them get to that new place? I really appreciate that is something intrinsically in me, that I want to create that in people. I want them to know that anything that they desire is possible, and we can help them do that. The second thing you ask when it comes to creating your culture and identifying that cause is helping them break their 4-minute mile. And that's just alluding to the story of Roger Bannister, who broke that 4-minute mile, and how that shifted things for people. So everybody has a dream, they have a goal, they have something that's important to them, and you need to be able to show them that either you did it or it can be done. And that's part of starting this mass movement, and this cause is showing that something they thought was impossible can be actually done, okay? And then the third thing he says is to let people self-identify. So in creating your cause, your movement, your culture, sometimes you can actually, and I've seen Russell do this, where his culture has grown over time. He didn't intentionally do this, but his culture has self-identified over time, and that's become something really cool. People call themselves funnel hackers and other things that they're saying, hey, we're part of this club. And so I've been really thinking about that. How do people self-identify with me? Because I know people self-identify with my company. They're Oilers or they're wellness advocates, but in creating a brand online, I actually have to somewhat distinguish myself from that, but leave space for the company to be still a part of my brand, if that makes sense. And so To do that, he starts teaching a principle about your title of liberty, and he refers to a story of a military commander in the ancient Americas named Captain Moroni, and these people had, you know, lost some faith in their mission, and they were losing the war, and they were just like, we're gonna fail. And this captain, he created a flag out of his coat, and he wrote on it, in memory of our God, our religion and freedom, our peace, our wives, and our children. And he put that flag on the end of a pole, and he called it the title of liberty. And when the people saw that, they started rallying around that, and they started believing in their cause again, and they went on to win the war. So so this is really what has, of everything that I've done as far as identifying my niche, my sub-market, what I want to, you know, who I want to serve, this is where it's sort of the rubber meets the road, and has been somewhat challenging to be okay with my message and my cause that I want to promote, the standard I want to hold up, the title of liberty I want to, you know, in words, say, this is what I stand for. And so and it's not just about me though. When I hold that standard, it's actually, I believe, more about when they feel doubtful and not knowing what they're about, it reminds them about what they're all about, what they're connected to, what's their purpose, what's their cause, and that refocuses them, and they, you know, rally around that purpose again. So he suggested you make 3 different titles of liberty, or mini or manifestos. Okay, so there's a mini manifesto, a manifesto, and then an advanced manifesto. Okay, I'm sure he'll come up with a clever name later on about that one. But I kept reading through all of 3 of these, and was like, eesh, like, what do I say? What, you know, like, I don't even know where to start. And so what I did was I went to his, thinking that the advanced title of liberty, number 3, that I looked at it and was like, well, why don't I just use this as like a place to begin? So I sort of did this backwards, and I created the advanced one, and then I went to the first one, which is the mini manifesto, and then I worked on the second one, which is the normal manifesto. So what I did, and you guys can go hear him say these on his Funnel Hacker TV videos. You can hear him share his manifesto, and he wrote it in the book here. And so as I was looking at it, I was like, well, let me just copy that and put my information in instead of his. And so this is, I'm going to read with you guys and share with you what that is. So basically, when we're creating our culture, just so you guys get an idea and, you know, be able to clearly see what I'm doing. When you're creating your cause, when you're identifying your culture, you're helping people, you're connecting to their desires, you're showing them that their dreams are possible, you're describing or letting them describe what that looks like as far as the you know, community they're part of, and then you define it in the title of liberty in your manifesto. Okay, so what I'm going to do with you guys now is share my manifesto versions, and I'm going to share it with you in the form of how it came out, like how I went about. I started with the advanced form, and then I went to the mini, and then I went to the manifesto. These are all first drafts for the most part, but I thought, hey, why not? I'll share this with you guys. So let me pull it up so I can read it to you. All right, you guys ready? Okay. So this third one that he refers to is the video title sequence, or your advanced manifesto. This is something you obviously can use in a video, but I'm thinking of other ways that I can communicate this as well. So who knows, but getting clarity on it is a good first step. So here we go. All right. My name is Tamara Bartmus. I am part of an underground movement of brave moms. You've probably never heard of us. We don't have celebrities bringing attention to us, and we don't need a stamp of approval for us to know what is best for our family. We think for ourselves, we trust our own experience, and are willing to learn the skills and use the tools that we know can change lives. Because we are fighting against tradition and companies who are more concerned about their bottom line than they are about our health or our families, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have 9 lives, and neither do our children. Every choice we make for our health impacts those we love the most and changes the course of future generations. We have to start now. How do we do that? How is that even possible? If you look at the numbers and direction of healthcare in our world today, some might tell you that what we are doing is impossible. Yet it is happening. Every single day, moms are choosing to make their health a priority. They are looking to the natural gifts of the earth to help them find and create that desired harmony in their body and to do the same for their families. It is happening, and we will change the world. We might appear to be underdogs, but we are brave moms, and this is our mission. There you go. That's my like commercial version, I guess, of what I'm all about, right? So it's the hashtag be a brave mom or I'm a brave mom. I haven't decided how to do that, but that's what I did. And I actually went and I bought the URLs for both of those, Be a Brave Mom and I Am a Brave Mom. I don't know how I'll use them, but I just wanted to own that hashtag since that's sort of like online real estate. So I went and bought those for a few bucks on GoDaddy. Just so you know, always use a coupon. There's plenty of coupons you can find for GoDaddy, and you can get things cheaper. So anyway, side note. So how do I narrow that message down? Okay, so the mini manifesto, okay, this is what I came up with. The mini manifesto is sort of like something very concise and simple that gives a super generic overview. The manifesto goes a little deeper, and obviously the commercial goes even more deep. So this is my mini manifesto. So it goes, I am a brave mom. I am a powerful creator of my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. I trust my intuition. I believe in myself. I take responsibility for my life. I am authentically me. I have a vision for what I want to contribute to this world. I am a living example of what is most important to me. That's all I have for right now. Okay, so that's the mini manifesto. So now to the manifesto. This is how I did it. So we'll see. Like I said, these are all first drafts. It could change, but hey, you got to start somewhere. All right. A brave mom is a new kind of mom, raw and real. We make our health priority. We make our health a priority to provide the best kind of example to our children. We stand up for our right to parent our children in ways that empower them to be creators in their lives and not get caught up in cultural traditions that would have them believe they are victims to their lives. Instead, we teach them that they are the creators of their experience, and we do this by example. We recognize that this is our moment to make a difference. Our actions today will change our future and the future of our children tomorrow. We trust the gifts of the earth to help us navigate our way to natural ways of health. We believe in ourselves. We are remarkable women. We take full responsibility for what we create in our life experience, knowing that we have the power to learn and create new experiences. We are authentic. There is nothing better than being who we are naturally gifted to be, and we believe that is good enough to meet our purposes. We are visionary women. We have the ability to see what is or isn't working and use our wisdom, gifts, and talents to improve all around us. We are examples of what we value and see and seek to display that on a regular basis. We invite all mothers and women to embrace their power for influence and change, starting with themselves, their families, and beyond. We are changing the world because we are brave moms. So there you go, guys. Those are my manifestos, and a good place for me to start. I talked to one of my friends and team leaders last night for a couple of hours about this idea. And the more I think about it and talk about it, the more I'm seeing and connecting the dots to how this is my cause. This is the thing that I want. And I'm trying to define it. I'm trying to articulate it. And sometimes that can be challenging because it's been a journey for me for the last 10 plus years to go through multiple experiences that have been pivotal in helping me identify what it is I really want to be about. I really love the brave word, because I've created an acronym for that. And I was using it in my business side of things, but I sort of stepped back and thought to myself, gosh, I can use this in not just in the leadership side of my business, but in all of my business. You know, being a brave mom or brave leader. I was going to create a podcast called Be Brave Leadership for the Network Marketing Mom. In fact, I had already started recording for that podcast and was going to launch it. But I am somewhat at a holding place, I guess. And maybe I just need to learn more about podcasts, but maybe I'll keep them separate, or maybe I'll put them together and I'll have one podcast for leadership and one podcast for mothers and this cause that I'm about. I don't know if I really want to separate the two, or if that's smart or not. I'm still trying to navigate that. But just so you know, BRAVE is an acronym that I came up with, and it stands for belief, belief, responsibility, authenticity, vision, and example. So that's really what I want to represent. It's what calls to me to communicate to people and inspire them to be brave, like be brave moms, be brave women. You have so much to offer, and so much goodness to contribute to your family and beyond. And sometimes that requires that we choose to be brave. We choose to take care of ourselves. We choose to teach by example to our children how they can also do the same. And by doing so, we teach them that they are the creators of their life, that they are not victim to their circumstance. And I think that's really part of what I'm trying to get at, and is that one of the reasons I use essential oils in my home and for my family is because I'm training and teaching my children to look for the solution, and in a natural way, and that they don't have to be victim to their physical malady or emotional malady, that there's always an option. And when it comes to that, I'm hoping that they learn the skill of saying, hey, I can change this experience in my life, and that they start applying that to all areas of their life. Because the worst thing for anybody is to walk around this world thinking that they are victim to the circumstances around them. And in my energy work practice, I came across this energy a lot, where people just felt like they had no control. They had no influence on their experience, and thus, somebody had to fix them. And energy work is a funny thing, because you can, there's definitely powerful modalities out there that will help you heal and improve your well-being. But in the end, it's your choice. You get to receive the energy work or not. And that speaks to our ability, our powerful nature as human beings, to create our own experience. And that's really what at the core of everything I do, is to help people make that shift from feeling they're victimless or victims to seeing how powerful they are to create the experience they want in their life. Whether it's in health, whether it's in wealth, whether it's in relationships, we always have power options around us to choose what we're going to create. And I just see too many people using health as a reason why they can't live the life they dream. And so when I bring in and educate about oils, all of a sudden they have, really get to choose, oh, these oils do work. They do amazing things. And they get to choose, will I stay a victim or will I rise above it? And if I rise above this, what else can I do in my life? If I can learn how to take care of my body in a healthy way, what else can I learn to do? And how else can I change my world by what I think, what I say, what I do, how I act, and what kind of impact can I have on the world outside of me? So yeah, that's it, guys. That's my cause. And of course, I think I'm going to get better about communicating that over time and in the different avenues of it. But that's important to me. And I think that it's important to a lot of moms out there who are wanting a different experience for themselves and for others. And it will always start with us first, and then it will sort of branch out. So that's why I'm focusing on moms, because that's my experience as a mom, and being brave moms. And because the acronym there sort of embodies everything that I'm wanting to communicate. So that is the purpose, that's the passion, that is the cause, that is the movement that I want to be a part of and to generate momentum in. So I'm really looking forward to it. You guys can see, like, this is my book, like a lot of notes. And I would really encourage you guys to get your own book so that you can start taking notes, studying this out, because it's not just a one-time read and done. Like, you really do need to take the time to create this foundation. And even though I have moments where I'm super itchy, like super itching to, not super itchy, but like, sorry, really antsy to move to the next phase, go do the product, go develop the product. I have to do this foundational work first. It's too easy for me to jump over, but it's so important that it doesn't get jumped over, and it gets the attention it deserves and needs. And I hope you guys will take the time to do the same, because these two things, your attractive character and your cause and your culture, that is going to make you stand apart from anybody else in your network marketing company and in your industry, in your field. Okay, so that's why those are so important. Once you know those two, I'm anticipating that the next phase, which is my offer, that will be easier for me to create, because I know who I'm speaking to. So, and I know what I want to say. So it should come a little bit easier. So I'm excited. And next episode, I'll be doing my work. I've already skipped ahead in my reading a little bit, but it's about the new opportunity that you're presenting to people, and what that will look like. And that's the third aspect of this mass movement. The first, again, being you, the second being your purpose, and the third being your offer. So in your product. So I'm excited to get there, and I'll jump back in when I have some more to share with you guys. Take care, right? Bye.